unless you understand what exactly it is you're doing and what role you're playing, then your leadership kind of looks more chaotic than organized.
I came along today because we deal with volunteers on a regular basis. We run workshops for volunteers. Whilst we're not leading the volunteers ourselves, we are in constant conversations with volunteers who are leading volunteers. So today is about making sure that we're still in the conversations that are going on, that we're up to date with practices, and we can pass that knowledge on.
What I hope to get at today is new and innovative ways on how to focus my group and expand the group so that they stay enthused.
You can't be a coordinator of a program and not have leadership, and being able to define what it means and finding the words to empower people and organize people and structure people is really important.
At the moment they're focused on thinking about their own leadership experiences that are coming into the role of volunteer management, and what are some of the ways in which they would define leadership before we begin reflections and exploring this further.
Today I spoke about UnitingCare Community's, formerly Lifeline's, path to having strong leadership in the volunteer management area of our organisation. I wanted to demonstrate, I guess, how applying different leadership styles can positively impact programs across the sector. We're a large organisation, and so the path to having volunteers at the forefront of our organisation was quite complicated and complex. We tended to use a lot of adaptive leadership techniques with our path to embedding good volunteer management practices across our organisation. We explored ways that we could work with what we were already doing and add value to that through the ideas that came from the people working with volunteers and from volunteers themselves. We found the adaptive approach helped our organisation to be flexible and innovative while also keeping our eye on the ball and making sure we're true to what our mission and values are.
Facilitating a workshop around adaptive leadership for volunteer managers, and right now what I have the groups doing is thinking about all of the different issues and barriers that they're facing in their work, and just brain dumping all of those, and then starting to sort out between what are ones that we have technical fixes for, what are ones that there are some systems and processes already in place to address, and what are the really big challenges that we don't have any solutions for yet. What are those adaptive challenges that we need to really think about and address as a community in order to get some change around?
So we're at a really good place where we've laid down the foundations of really good centralised volunteer management. The next step in our journey to having a fantastic volunteer program across the organisation is to visit the regions and visit our locations and just make sure that our people who work directly with our volunteer workforce are heard and that the changes work for them, and applying their ideas to making sure that each volunteer engaging area of the organisation is getting the most out of volunteers, and volunteers are getting the most out of their experience at a local level.